Okay, that was just really weird. That was weird. Okay, looks like I'm back. Either I need a new router, my ISP is weird, or someone just didn't like me doing that topic of NASA not being able to do it, or the current U.S. government. If we want to go back, if we actually want to go to space. Oh, man. Yeah, my entire internet got shut off. So typically what would happen is, unless so I currently live stream on DLive. So it's probably the most, at this moment, reliable streaming service with the blockchain. No one's gonna take you off, at least not yet. YouTube, yeah, they're gonna stop it. Facebook, they won't even let me live stream. YouTube, copyright strike, whatever, they just don't like you. They can shut you off. But see, if one of my streams get off or stop streaming, whether it's Periscope or YouTube or Vimm.tv, DLive's gonna keep going. But when DLive's gone and you're watching from DLive, or you switch to DLive's feed and I'm not going, that means they shut off my internet. And it's not like it's shut off because I didn't pay my bills for it. I'm gonna pay my bills for the internet. Something's either happening with the router or the ISP. If it's something that's happening with the ISP, it happens for what? Sometimes half an hour to maybe 4 hours, where there's just something's happening, but they don't just turn it off and back on. The router, on the other hand, if it's just a router happening, I look over there and there's the little red dot. That red dot means, oh, there's no connection to the internet. So if that happens, it just makes me wonder. Maybe I need to beef up the security of my router. But it doesn't matter if they know where I'm at. They know where I'm at. It doesn't matter what router I've got. It's just very, 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 very interesting. But of course, you know, if they really wanted to stop me from something, they would stop me where I'm doing something more important. Like if I'm interviewing Mark Sargent, or if I like in the past with Unity for J, they would have done that then. So it's, maybe it's not my imagination. Maybe I just need a new router, and it's a good router. I've got 2 other backup routers. I used to have 3 routers, and now we're, long story, very techie. I don't want to get into it. All right, so let's go with open topic. Any topic you want to talk about. If no one comes in, I'd say at the half hour, because I kind of rambled on for an hour or 4 minutes or something like that on the previous topic. So open topic, any topic you want to talk about. There's a new Zoom. The Zoom number, it's 9 numbers. I put in all the area codes where I used to live. 206 was Seattle, 617 was Boston, or Somerville, whatever. 402 is now here in Columbus, Nebraska, and I just added a 9. I could add a 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, or 9, and I just put in a 9. I may change it up. I may put the, I don't know. It just can't start with a 0 or a 1. So that's that. Maybe I'll keep it that way. I mean, no one could join if I'm not in, and if someone does join, you can't get in until I let you in. So there is a waiting room. All right. So if you guys want to come in and talk, you guys can come in and talk. Probably not. I don't know. While I'm doing that, I want to show off my knives. Knife? That's not a knife. This is a knife at Kukri's, legitimate kukri, made in gosh, what's the name of the place? Name in the country where kukris were originated by the people. Gosh, why how is it when I'm live I can never think straight? I mean, whenever I'm live, my memory's not up to par. But here's the beauty of this. This is a survival knife of sorts, right? I mean, it's got leverage. This is the way it's bent. That's a chopper. You can chop stuff. The thickness of the back there, full tang. That means full tang. The knife goes all the way where the handle is. You see, and this is just finishes up where the tang ends. Now, this is used by the military, and you know the British recruited them. This, it's not much, but it's usually just meant to lighten the blade, make it a little bit more balanced depending on it. Very sharp. The curved edge is a slicer. You're not gonna stab someone very good. It's not gonna go in very deep, so it's not a stabbing weapon. It's a chopper. It's a slicer. Now, what's interesting here is this. See this little divot? You know what that's there for? It's for all the blood. It's for all the blood from stops the blood from reaching your hand, making your hand slippery with the hilt, because you don't want all the blood of the things that you kill coming down to your hand and making it slippery. So that's just something interesting to know about this knife. It's a long knife. If I was gonna fight someone, this is a good knife to have. If you are in the zombie apocalypse, I'm not sure if I would use it. If you had to if the way that you kill zombies is like in The Walking Dead, you have to kill them in the head. You're gonna have to like hack twice, 3 times with this in their head. You're not gonna really stab them through unless they have mushy brains and stuff. But if you're gonna go against somebody, like real people and a bunch of people in close combat, you just slice away, you hack away. Arms, legs, chest, stomach. Move on to the next person. Don't finish them off. The bleeding will finish them off. This thing is gonna gash deep. The weight is okay. It's very front heavy. But you know, if you're not going to use this in battle, this is also something you would want to have with you in the wilderness, in survival situations, because it's kind of an in-between between having a hatchet, right? But this can also protect you. It's a slicer. It can slice. So it's just a good, like, if you want to hack branches, whatever. This is gonna be good to have. I have smaller, like 4-inch blade survival knives. They're okay. I would just want some, if there's just gonna be one blade you're gonna take with you, survival situation, take this kukri. Take the kukri. It's gonna provide everything you need for survival situations. Now, another alternative, if you're going to be in a survival situation, but not, you know, not necessarily full survival. I mean, this is just very good all-around survival tool. Something for battle as well, close combat. This, on the other hand, you know, this is a K-bar. Kabar, I don't know how you pronounce it. I think it's K-bar. The U.S. Marines use it. You can see the size difference. It's basically a foot long, and this is longer than a foot. Full tang. Just the balance of it is great. Of course, you can see this part. You know, that takes the weight off, helps balance it. You know, it's not gonna stop the blood from coming at you. It's very sharp. The metal is just, it's gonna last you a good long time as long as you don't let it rust. This isn't gonna. It can slice. It's not gonna gash as deep as this chopper, as a slicer. Just look at the curves on it. But this is gonna stab. You can see that little tapered part here where it gets thinner. You know, it's not gonna chop. It's gonna stab. I mean, you don't need to go any deeper than here, you know, to kill somebody. You're not gonna have them bleed to death. It's quicker. You're gonna be a lot quicker than using the kukri. You're gonna slash. Killing blow is gonna be through stabbing them through the heart, through the neck, artery, whatever. You need to stab. As far as a wilderness survival, if you have like paracord, if you're gutting fish or hunting, it might do as kind of an all-around slash protection weapon. I would pick the kukri over this, even though I love this knife. This is just as far as a knife as a weapon to use, just lightweight, quick, heavy, does the job, stabbing. I mean, I just it's hard to not want to take it. Now, man, I could just do a show on knives, on weapons. Oh man, you know, that's probably what I'll do in the future if everything goes okay. And the other knife, same thing, K-bar knife. This time it's made out of D2 metal, and the only difference is it has serrated bottom part. I usually don't like serrated areas. You don't really need it, but I think it has its usefulness sometimes. So this would be actually slightly better survival, is like taking it to the wilderness. It's got a different handle. It's more plasticky, rubbery feeling. And you've got something here for, there's a little hole, right? So you can attach string if you wanted to, but I don't like that. It's good. It's a lot. The D2 metal is just a lot sturdier. It's gonna last you a lot longer. It's gonna be harder to sharpen, but it's good. So between this K-bar knife and the other one that I just showed, I would just take this one with the serration. I'd probably be more. I mean, otherwise, this is just like the stuff that I wouldn't really care that, you know, I messed up stuff with. The other one I like, just the handle, the feel. Let me just do a quick comparison. This is what happens when I just talk to myself. I just start talking about weapons. Knives. I like knives. You know, you can see the difference. See that? Pretty much the same. You can see there's a little bit of difference. The serration. I want bad angle. How about that? Right. The hilt has a little bit of difference. This one is a little bit more even. This one is, you see that there's longer portions and shorter portion. The handle part, it's a little bit slippery over on this one, the wood. You know, this one is a little bit better. As far as the bottom, I kind of like the roundness of the bottom rather than this odd shape at the bottom. So this one feels a little bit lighter, a little bit more balanced. But man, this one would be the workhorse. This one would be just. Now I would want to take it into battle. This, I just feel a little bit more secure with this one. Even though the grip isn't as good. But if I'm going to go into battle where I know I'm going to use a knife, I would probably take a pair of cut / stabbing resistant gloves. It's because if you're going to go in a hand fight, you're going to get, we have to resort to knives and swords. Protect your hands. We don't have elegant hand guards like in the Renaissance, whatever you want to call it, period. You know, with those rapiers had huge hand guards. That hand is going to be hit the most. Anyone who practices martial arts, and you play with swords, sticks, knives, hand always gets hit. And there's a reason for that. It's the closest target to you from the enemy. Aside if they're going to kick you. The hand is always going to be the closest to the enemy. The enemy's hand is going to be the closest to you. It's going to be hit the most likely. So, protect your hands. You're going to get into battle, and you know you're going to have to resort. You're going to have you won't have any no ammo in your guns. You're going to resort to knives. If it's a zombie apocalypse, even take, cut, slash, whatever resistant gloves, puncture resistant. Oh man, I'm just having troubles over here. So those are just for the knives. I mean, it's nice to have a good knife and practice with a knife that you would use in different situations. If you're gonna fight, practice knife fighting. It's nice to have those very high quality plastic knives, especially if you're practicing against someone else. But if you're gonna practice, you want to practice mainly on what you're using. It applies for everything. If you're practicing in sports, use what you're gonna use during the official competition. Use what you're gonna use. I mean, if you're an NBA player or basketball player, right? You don't want to practice your shooting and whatever with a volleyball, or if you're a male, or if you're a female even. Don't use the female smaller basketball, the official size for the women's league. Don't use the official men's size to practice, and then when you're actually going out and you're shooting the smaller basketball. Don't always use and practice with what you're going to use when the time comes, what you're going to need to use it with. So same thing with knives, with the swords. It's good to have practice, whether wooden or plastic, the plastic that won't break or bend. But the weight is always going to be different. The feel is always going to be different. So always practice with the real thing. Anyways, that was that. We've got 12 minutes. No one wants to come in, then we'll end. Hey, here we go. This is 215. Hello, 215.
Hey, Evan.
Hey, Shirley. How's it going? Hey, I didn't have to speak with myself and show any more knives. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm just catching up on Game of Thrones. I'm like, what is he doing?
Oh, Game of Thrones. You've been watching now?
Yeah, I've been watching. Oh my God, I can't believe it.
What season are you on?
I'm on 5 right now, but I saw those things coming from out the ground. They worse than The Walking Dead. It's awesome that my son's starting to watch now.
Yeah, that's good. I mean, I like the Game of Thrones. The final season is coming out in 2019, and I think they've got.
I know. I'm catching up on it right now. I've been binge watching.
No need to rush, because what they're gonna do is they're gonna show 3 episodes, and they're gonna be long episodes, and they're gonna take a mid-season break, and they're gonna show the final 3 or 4 more. I think it's only 6 episodes the final season, but then there's gonna be 2 more spin-offs. One's gonna be, I think, before what happens in the Game of Thrones, and I think one's gonna be kind of a offshoot, either after, or it's gonna be stuff that's happening outside of what's currently happening. I don't know, but they know that Game of Thrones is a big money maker, so they're doing a lot of spin-offs.
Yeah, because this is the first show I saw. They waited two seasons.
Mm-hmm. And they're doing the
Because
same.
everybody told me that did you watch The Walking Dead? I'm like, yeah. They said you need to watch the Game of Thrones.
Yeah. Game of Thrones, I think is a lot better, but you know, it's different. I mean, some people like the zombie apocalypse type of thing, but they don't like fantasy. Some people don't, you know, like fantasy, but they may not like the apocalypse type of theme. But I mean, Game of Thrones is kind of a little bit of both. I mean, it's kind of based off of what they say is historical fiction. I mean, the author took a lot of supposed real history, historic stories, I guess you could say, and kind of incorporated them into the fantasy setting.
That's just like Caligula I saw back in the day.
Yeah.
By Playboy. No, that was the most disgusting movie I ever saw.
Yeah.
And then I had to go see it a second time because somebody begged me, please go with me. I never saw it. I said, I saw it already. That was enough for me. She's like, please, please, please. And I went with her, and I'm like, oh, my God, this man is sleep. This Roman guy is sleeping with horses.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
But, you know, that was just, I think back then that movie was just for the sake of whatever it was, just for that. But like Game of Thrones, and if you also watch Spartacus, the heavy sex scenes, nudity scenes there is just kind of showing the brutal nature of just that.
And it's going on today.
Yeah. Yeah. There's a lot of things going on today which we would have thought that would have ended a long time ago. Like racism, for one, is like 2018. I mean, we're still racism? What's going on here? War?
Mm-hmm.
It's like, wait, you mean those, it's been what, however, almost, 70 years since, more than 70 years, like 80 something years since World War II, and like, we haven't learned to just stop having wars?
No, they haven't.
No.
They want to keep us divided.
Yeah.
The government and down there, all of them down there in Washington, they want us to keep us divided by race.
Yeah, I know.
That's what they want.
It's funny. It's like, maybe I'll live long enough where, like, my kid says, hey, it's 2068 and we're still, right? It's like, what? 50 years went by and we're still having the same problems. Same government probably is going to exist. Same issues.
Long as you keep the same people in office like Chucky and Pelosi. Remember that live interview Trump did in that Oval Office about that budget, the wall?
Oh, I didn't watch it, but I did see snippets.
Oh, I saw it. They look stupid. I told my husband, I said, you know what they should the Democrats should have said when they were there? I thought you said Mexico was paying for the wall.
Mm-hmm.
So why are you going to shut down the government? He said, you're kind of right, though. I said they don't have no stamina. I think they agree with them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I really do.
Well, didn't Hillary Clinton say that they need to stop the immigration because it's helping Trump?
Oh, yeah, she told them that in Europe.
Oh, yeah.
That's
funny.
I'm like, but she has a lot of nerve. She needs to just be the fuck quiet. They have to drop down her and Bill's tickets to $4.
Yeah.
On their tour right now. And what are they doing? Pushing Beto O'Rourke. He is not a progressive, and that word progressive is tainted.
Oh yeah, it's tainted on the left and it's tainted on the right. It's tainted to into the libertarians. It's tainted everywhere. No one likes the word progressive except actual progressives, right? And that's a small minority, unfortunately. I mean, because it's the actual progressives have been co-opted by the neoliberals, and unfortunately, the libertarians and the right, they'll say, well, that's all part of the left. But they call the left the left is still left. The ones who left the left towards this more of the center, and I'm sorry, we're doing this sidism thing. But they're not the left. But that's what the right calls the left. I mean, there's people on the right that went further right. I mean, they're still the right, unfortunately. But I mean, there's that, or there's just the libertarians. And libertarians and the progressives never see eye to eye. I mean, they're almost exactly the same. The only difference is their idea of of money, and that's the thing. That's the, like, progressives say libertarians, they don't understand the money economic system, but then the progressives will say, well, or the libertarians will say, well, progressives just want stuff for free. But that's always the talking point. But the current capitalistic system, as far as the difference of that and socialism, well, we have socialism. It just goes to the rich. The money gets and the work gets redistributed, so the rich benefit off of it and not the workers. It's just reverse socialism. It's socialism, still socialism. It's just going to a different group of people.
Yeah, a group.
Yeah, it's going to the rich. I mean, rather than the poor.
The economy is going to crash, and it's going to be worse than the Depression.
Oh yeah,
the Dow is dropping.
That's the thing. Same thing with war. War doesn't go away, unfortunately. Racism doesn't go away, unfortunately. Economic depressions don't go away either. They keep happening, and we know what the problems are. We know who causes it. They still stay in power. I mean, guess who fronts the bill when there's an economic depression? Is it the bankers? Is it the elite? Do they get in trouble? Guess who paid for the last one? The people did, right?
Yep.
Mm-hmm. And all the ones who started it, the bankers and all that stuff, they said they paid it back. Guess where that money went? Did it go back to
their damn bonuses?
Yeah. Did it come back to the people who bailed them out? No. Isn't that interesting? People don't ever.
And
really
Barack Obama made him too big to fail. Now.
They didn't make him too big to fail. That's just the way to explain it to normal people. To prevent them from going under, to bail them out. So every now and then, every depression now, it's gonna be look, it's too big to fail. We don't want a worse economic depression, so we gotta bail them out. So it's more. It's gonna keep happening, and it started with Obama.
And then they melted down the other bill, about finance. I'm trying to remember the name of it. I can't think of it. And Democrats voted on it. Even that damn Beto O'Rourke.
What was that?
What's that former senator name?
I know what you're talking. The one from Massachusetts.
Yeah, that
Barney
bill,
Frank.
Yeah, Frank bill. They even dwindled that down.
Yeah.
And
see, folks, I used to know politics when I thought politics mattered. It doesn't, but still, I like talking about it sometimes. Sorry, go ahead, Shirley. Yeah, I know. They messed with a lot of legislation to kind of control all those systems, so they can't be too big to fail. They curbed all the stuff to get money out of politics. They allowed money to get into politics without any limitations or barriers. It's crazy. And people are still in line with, like, hey, we can't let the government shut down. It's like, I'm happy whenever there's a government shutdown. It sucks for the people who work in government and they can't get paid and stuff like that. But the government shutting down, I think, is a good thing. I mean, can you imagine no more military? I mean, no one's going to invade. We still have like a reserve where the military are going to be going. But it's not like they can go out and like invade other countries and have wars without congressional approval, even though Congress would probably approve of it. But I mean, who's going to invade the U.S. when, like, we have, 377 million guns in circulation? Who wants to come to Columbus, Nebraska and invade? I don't think people will like whoever invades Columbus, Nebraska. They'll be like, Columbus, Nebraska ain't worth this. You
Well,
know?
I don't think some other countries they want to come invade us because they got better weapons and stuff better than we do.
Oh yeah, because we
Honestly,
sell them the good weapons. You know.
no, wait, no, they create their own. They spend less on their military than we do.
Well, I don't know. I'd say the only engineers. I mean, there's a few countries that are better engineers than us. Germany is definitely one of them, but I don't think they manufacture a lot of arms. There may be a
Well, they
couple.
in cahoots with the U.S., so I don't trust them. The U.K. is done.
Yeah, but the U.S. as far as arms manufacturing, probably bar none the best, aside from maybe a few smaller countries that specialize in certain type of weaponry. But as far as like missiles and um, types of like types of crafts like aircrafts and submarines, I mean, U.S. builds it probably the best, and that's what we
I
sell.
don't think so, Evan. I
Who do you
do
think?
not think
What
so.
country do you think does it better? China, Russia?
China is bigger than us. They are booming. They fixing their infrastructure. They working on air control over there.
But I don't think they have
Russia
better
Russia
weapon.
has built a system, a missile system that would stop us.
Russia. I mean, Russia's. Russia has a different type of defense systems than the U.S. I mean, they're
and
not.
when you think about it, all these what was it? This year's about 7 different military pilot jets crashed for no reason. They're not making good quality stuff. They don't make good quality stuff for us, like the TVs and everything else.
Yeah, I mean the TVs, was it Samsung in South Korea do really well. Taiwan and China actually do pretty well with a lot of the TVs. Germany really doesn't focus on TVs that I'm aware of. U.S. pretty bad. I think the U.S. doesn't do very well with television.
Well, we don't make any. We don't make nothing.
Right? Yeah, I guess we don't. I mean, we make parts.
No.
We make parts that go
Parts
into them.
for what?
The sound. Anything that where U.S. and Germany are good with, like sound quality. So anything that goes into sound, the like the motherboard type stuff, the electronic components that go into them, the U.S. Does. I don't think we make it, but we probably make the blueprints for it. I don't know. Like a lot of the products are manufactured in cheaper areas. That's for sure. The components, a lot of I don't know, a lot of electronic components. I would say probably China is mass producing them. They have the fabrications, or at least that's what they say, that can make them. The manufacturing process. But I don't know. All the the CPUs, they're all made here. I mean, we've got Intel, we've got AMD, the graphics processors. They're here, even though we need the fabrication manufacturing stuff in China and Taiwan. Costa Rica has some.
And one thing about Costa Rica, they don't have an army, so the U.S. can't bother them and bully them.
Yeah. Yep. What's on your mind? What aside? So do you still follow things, or do you just screw watching all this politics? I'm just gonna binge watch Game of Thrones.
I've been watching Game of Thrones. I watch different YouTube channels like Last Vagabond. He's darn good.
Mm-hmm. What does he talk about?
Oh, he keeps you current on what's going on in Yemen and things like that.
Okay.
Yemen and things like that. And who else I keep on? Dabu7. He's good.
The conspiracy guy.
Oh,
I
you say he's a conspiracy guy?
no, I'm a conspiracy guy. I'm not saying that in a bad way. I like being a conspiracy theorist. I like conspiracy theories.
But
I
a
like
lot of
conspiracy
things he
theorists.
be like the things he be mentioning, the stuff really be happening. Because just because I hear somebody say something, I go research it, and I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, damn, he right.
Yeah. I mean, yeah,
You know?
I know him because I know he does stuff like that, and I don't disregard anyone who wants to go with conspiracy theories. I just hate the conspiracy theorists who are wrong.
Right.
And one
Well,
of
the
the
CIA made up that term after they assassinated JFK.
yeah, like I think I don't know about Richie from Boston. One of the things that turns me off with conspiracy theorists are the doomsday conspiracy theorists, right? Like
Mhm.
one of the videos I did, Richie from Boston, he said sometime in April of 2018, March, April, whatever, and I had to do a response video. He stated Project Bluebeam was going to happen in 2018. Before the end of 2018, it was going to happen. He was just like adamant about it. It's like, what? No. I mean, that just right now, any prediction, any doomsday prediction, any whatever, and where you're going to put a date on it and you don't provide any detailed information as to why it's going to happen this year, next year, whatever, and it doesn't happen, it just pretty much
Doesn't
dele-
pan out. I don't
yeah,
believe it.
it delegitimizes everything else that you say, you know, and so
Yeah.
it's not going
I
to
never
happen.
saw that guy.
Oh, Richard from Boston, yeah. So I
Yeah.
think he's, I don't know what it is, whether it's controlled opposition or I don't even want to mention. We wouldn't know, but just stating some doomsday to scare people and saying it is gonna happen in this year, whatever. And how many days do we got before Project Blue Bay has to happen by his account? It's like what, 2 more weeks before the end of the year, so it's not gonna happen. And if it does, it's like, okay, Richie from Boston Roseanne, I was wrong. End of the world. um, yeah. So.
But a lot of people are following that Q.
Oh yeah.
I was following it a little bit because I watched Jordan Sather.
Mm-hmm.
Matter of fact, last week AJ Goodman interviewed him, and I'm like AJ Goodman had good point. He said Q said trust Sessions. Sessions was a piece of shit.
Mm-hmm.
and he pointed out other things. And I don't believe it. It may be a government psyop, the CIA.
Oh yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, what Q wants is kind of what the establishment wants. It's just more sadism too. And who is Q?
And,
it's like, oh, this guy's Q. This guy's Q. This guy's Q. It's like, how do we know that's Q? It's like,
and WikiLeaks discredited it.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just like I don't anonymity. One, you're a coward if you have to hide behind whatever. I mean, there are people who have shown themselves day in, day out, whistleblowers. They don't hide behind anonymity, and so I mean, if whoever's trying to do good and being anonymous, that's great, but I still think you're a coward. Whoever's in charge, whoever doesn't like what you're doing, they're gonna find out who you are anyway. Your anonymity won't last. So all you're doing is not protecting yourself. If you're gonna protect yourself, it's not gonna be through a veil of anonymity. It's gonna be a veil of public work. Because all of a sudden you die and you're always in public and you're always stating, I'm not suicidal. I don't want to kill myself. I don't want to kill anyone else. I'm a good swimmer. I could swim through a hurricane and tsunami. So if you see me, drowned in a lake, I was murdered. I am a great swimmer. Stuff like that. We have to keep saying. But that's protection. But like, suppose Q died, someone took over what Q has. No one would know. Maybe Q was good. Maybe Q was part of like the deep state that was good. but we would never know, and we would never know if Q died and someone else took over his accounts and whatever, and the new Q is controlled by whatever, right? So anonymity hurts. It's non-transparency hurts. So anyone who wants to do any good in this world has to be brave enough to let people know who they are. That's just the way of it.
Yeah, because I like this other guy, the Fullerton Report, because somebody mentioned him in the chat room. And when I get alerts from him, I go watch it. And he be talking about some good stuff. He put the hair, I like him because he's funny how he talks. He be in his car talking. Mm-hmm. And his hairstyle is like back in the 60s. He's a white guy. But he be telling some truth. He be telling you, a lot of people are being told their vitamin D is very low. They deficient with vitamin D. And he says you need to be out there in the sun. Go out there 20 to 30 minutes in the sun.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's what God created.
Yeah.
And he said that SPF, and I'm not going to wear sunglasses anymore after he told me this. He said that SPF and them sunglasses, that help hurt your eyes.
Mm-hmm.
And then he said the sunscreen you put on your body, when the sun hits it, that causes some people to get leukemia. And I forgot something else he said it causes
Alzheimer's. If there's aluminum on it, in content in it, yeah. And there's other stuff in it too. I mean, you try to want to go as natural as possible. I mean,
right.
What protects your skin from sunburns and is just is oil, heavy. I
oil. Never got a sunburn.
Yeah. Coconut oil works great. It's good for your skin. When
I was a kid back in the day, we played out all day in the sun all day. Yeah. And nobody had problems. They got cancer or anything like that.
Yeah, isn't that interesting? Like,
yes.
What's funny is I was born in Houston, Texas, and it's just always sunny, and I'm always outside. And when I moved to Seattle, my skin was darker than the black people in Seattle because Seattle doesn't get a lot of sun. It's always cloudy. And it was just funny how dark my skin was just because I was just outside all the time when I was a kid, and it's always sunny, so my skin just keeps getting darker and darker and darker, and I was just like, you know, it didn't matter to me. I don't have any skin cancer. I don't have problems with skin.
When I was a kid, your mom and dad tell you, when you go outside, stay outside and play. Don't keep running back and forth in the house.
And we never wore sunscreen or sunblock.
No. We were always having fun outside all day. I look forward to getting outside. I hate it when it rains.
Oh yeah. Well, it was different. In Houston, when it rains, it pours. I mean, it's like a monsoon or a hurricane or something. But in Seattle, it rains all the time. So you just get used to just being wet all the time. It's weird living in different environments, but I liked. I would say I still prefer the slightly rainy all the time Seattle weather than the hot and humid mosquitoes and ants of Houston, Texas.
Yeah, you gotta watch them GMO mosquitoes now.
Oh yeah, like I wonder. Like I would love to see someone research just how the animals adapt to different pesticides, and if they bite humans, if there's anything different, you know, like mutated insects or something like that. They don't really do any research on that, do they? I mean,
I think some people do, but I haven't found them yet because I'm like, well, yeah, you're starting to work on animals, mosquitoes. That Monsanto was a nasty fuck.
Yeah, I mean, if theory of evolution is true and adaptation occurs, the insects are going to eventually adapt to all the chemicals that are being sprayed on them, even at the genetic level. Yet, do we see that happening or no? And if it's happening, then, well, Monsanto's got to update their chemicals to be more potent. And if that's the case, and if the insects are adapting to them, I mean, the insects are gonna be quicker to adapt because they're just smaller. There's there's just like there's just one little thing that can get to them besides just natural predation. But like humans, you throw us. I mean, there's millions of things that can affect us, right? Not just the chemicals that Monsanto has in their products, but like there's just everything else out there that affects us. So it's hard to pinpoint what happens. But
Yeah, like the chemtrails, they spray in the sky every day.
yeah, have you seen the video I had with the ones over Columbus?
No, I didn't see that.
Oh man,
I have to go back and watch it.
okay, yeah. I was surprised that they did it so heavily over here.
Because one day they did it here, and I'm like, ooh, what is all them like? And I think those are drones spraying it because they way up in the sky. There ain't no plane. Planes don't leave lines like that.
Yeah.
At all.
Yeah, because when I was doing those videos, I'd see like 6, 7, 8 planes out there. There'd be maybe 2 of them that didn't have the longer contrails. Then you had the other ones that had just longer ones. And you could see the effects. I mean, those clouds, they're straight. They're all in one direction. The planes are pretty much going either direction. It's not like they're going perpendicular as well. They're just all parallel. And
I don't think they're planes. I believe they're drones.
Could be.
Because aren't they small?
They look pretty big to me. But the thing
is, you can't see it. You see a figure, but you really can't see it, and you just see that long line just going.
Yeah. The thing with me is Omaha, Nebraska. The airport isn't really a very busy airport, and it definitely isn't busy on a Wednesday. I mean, if you see a lot of flights. A lot of flights will happen on the weekend, right? Or closer towards the weekends. Middle of the week, Wednesday, that's the cheapest flight prices. Because no one really flies on Wednesdays. But yeah, there's planes all over on Wednesday, and people. Someone explain to me that. Someone who doesn't believe in geoengineering and that's the thing.
And they still be flying when planes are out there in the sky.
Yeah.
And the police choppers out here.
Oh, it seems like police choppers are always out there in Philly.
No, they're not always out here.
Yeah.
I could just tell when they come in my ear, I'm like, what the hell is going on?
Yeah.
Because it's so loud. It's not only the police choppers, it'd be the news ones, too.
So is there? Did the government shut down? Did they shut down the government? I'm wondering.
No, not that.
No, yeah. Okay. Man.
Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer work smart nerves. All them old asses need to go.
Mm-hmm.
All of them. They living in the 90s. They are living in the 90s.
But even if they went, do you think anything would change? I mean, they're just gonna.
Put some new, fresh blood in there. I'm not even gonna say progressive because that word is tainted.
All right, so if they put Ocasio-Cortez up there, she was the head of the Democratic Party.
Oh, she's just like them.
But she's young blood. You said they just need newer blood. You think?
Yeah, but she did that Vanity Fair magazine. That was a $5,000 suit she had on, and
all right, what about?
She lied about where she grew up at.
All right, what about JFK Jr.? Do you think if they replaced Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer with the JFK Jr. guy?
You talking about the one that had the white stuff outside his lip when he gave that damn speech?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Oh, hell no.
All right, so who do you suggest they put up there to replace?
I really can't think of nobody. Now Cory Booker's trying to cover his ass about this sex scandal he got being gay, and I really believe he's gay. He does not date no women. I haven't seen him on TV with women. He's dating and escorting. And Lizzie Graham is too.
Oh, Lindsey Graham. Yeah. Isn't he married though, Lindsey Graham? But I think it's a sham marriage. I don't know.
He's not married.
Yo,
I
he's
don't think
not?
he ever been married.
Oh, okay.
No.
Yeah. Lindsey Graham. I don't see him as being straight. Not that there's anything wrong with being gay. But I mean, come out of the closet. It's 2018. It's okay to be gay.
Yeah, I don't know why he holding out, and I don't know why Cory Booker is either. He want to become president. Cause did you hear that accusation that came up? This gay guy said it was an event that happened, a gay event, and he was in the bathroom, and Cory Booker came in there trying to sexually harass him.
Like, what did Cory Booker do?
I don't know. I think he was trying to get him to do something. Maybe give him an oral or whatever.
It's like, that's just little.
I don't
know. I mean, you'd have to be pretty horny just to go to a stranger in a public bathroom, and go, "Hey."
Well, shit, the LGBT community is coming out. They taking people down.
Oh yeah.
They have more poor power than the black folks now.
Mhm. Yep. I mean,
when we talk and mention about our issues, we're thrown in the back burner.
Yeah.
But the LGBT, they got a lot of rights now. Yeah. And they throwing things in your face. They're gonna make a Ken gay doll and a Barbie gay doll and getting married. I'm like, what the hell?
How does that work? Do they just put like rainbow colored clothes on them, or?
I don't know, but they teaching it in the schools. I wouldn't want my kids learning that. I want to teach it. I teach it at home. All I learned in school was sex education, your body part, the reproductive system.
Yeah.
That's it.
Well.
Just like this one guy that heads the Black Lives Matter movement. I forgot what state it is, but a transgender tried to say they wanted to join. He said, "No, I don't consider you a female." Took offense to it. They going after him.
Yeah.
They have too much fucking power.
Yes, they do. Sorry. Not quite healed fully yet, so I still have congestion.
Still not healed?
Not 100%.
But you haven't been coughing, though.
I still cough every once in a while, but I haven't been coughing as much as I used to. So that's a good thing. Do you wish the black people had as much power as the I mean, I don't want to get into race, but as far as like groups,
well, because our ancestors been here for 400 years, we built that White House and those racist statues that's sitting up in different states, and we haven't still been. When we say reparations, people say, "Oh, you want money?" No, we want to be treated equally, be able to have housing and things like that, and businesses. We want a suburban neighborhood for ourselves, but they don't want us to have it.
Well, don't you guys have black communities? Aren't they just called ghettos? I'm just kidding. Oh, that was horrible.
And like down North Philly, where my mother-in-law lives, at the Temple University area, it's a lot of gentrification going on around there.
Oh yeah.
And I would not be able to recognize her. Sometimes I miss what her house is because it could be a lot there one day, and you come back a few weeks later, 3-story building is built up, and the taxes are going up higher. The people are not going to be able to afford it, so they're going to have to move. They've been down there for decades.
Yeah, and it's going to be hard to get lower interest rate housing mortgages, housing loans. I mean, if you're poor, and most communities with minorities, whether you're black, Mexican, Chinese, whatever.
Like on my mother-in-law block, a house going on her block for $250,000.
Yeah.
She lives in North Philadelphia, the hood.
Yeah.
There's still drug dealers down there.
The only way to get around it is, hey, tell them to move over here in Columbus, Nebraska. It's nice and cheap. You can buy a house probably for like 80 grand and fix it up.
And you know what? If we move there, they'll find a way to get us out after a while.
No,
The
I
white
don't think
folks
so.
are moving from the suburbs, and they coming back to the. And the white people used to live in these areas.
Yeah. Well.
And they ran to run out of the city when blacks started moving in them. But also, I can't kind of blame them because I try to move away from my people because some of them are just, they don't want to live nicely. You can take people out of the ghetto, but you can't get the ghetto out of the people.
Yeah.
That's another thing.
It's also a different mentality, though. I mean, when you're in those streets all the time, and you say screw it, it's gonna be like system. No matter what you do, is gonna find a way to screw you over. So you're just gonna do everything you can to screw the system and make your money through crime. And
yeah, I know that too.
Yeah.
Because the way the system is set up, it's not set up for us. It's set up to keep us down.
Yep. By us, you just mean just people in general be poor.
The government.
Poor, yep.
Period.
Yeah.
Just like the CIA and the FBI assassinated Fred Hampton of the Black Panthers while he was sleeping in bed.
And then they either bought out the other ones. I mean, some of the
they gave them drugs. They got strung out on drugs
or money.
Cause they,
or money. They're ones that who got bought out by money. I mean,
yeah.
Who's that boxing organizer? Don King, remember him? I wonder, is he still alive? He's like,
hell yeah, he's still alive. He's a Trump supporter.
Oh yeah, that guy.
Really?
Probably. He says.
Oh no, ain't no probably. He is. He was in pictures with him after he got elected.
Oh no, I'm just saying he'll choose any side where he knows he'll make money off of it. So.
He used black people.
Oh yeah.
He had them boxers sign a contract that's blank, like my cousin Fred Witherspoon. He was a boxer.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I mean, Ali, Mike Tyson. He used them. You know.
Yeah.
I don't like
all
that
of a sudden,
guy.
Mike Tyson go to prison for rape. Mike Tyson ain't raped no woman. Women hovered over him.
Yeah.
They was trying to take him down. He got too big.
Yeah. Have you seen a lot of those interviews that wasn't ever aired on network TV?
Wait, there were interviews?
Mike Tyson.
Whoa.
You should watch them. They're pretty good. If you Google search like Mike Tyson interviews that weren't shown to the public,
I could probably use DuckDuckGo for that, though.
It'll show up in YouTube, so it'll show up in Google.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Hey, Ebon. Hey, Cheryl.
Hi,
how's it
long
going?
to no see, Eric. How you doing?
Hey, my boy Eric.
Yep, I'm here. How's everyone doing?
Good.
How about that Flynn situation today?
Oh boy. I swear, they're just looking for excuses. They're just looking for excuses just to allegedly just to take people down, like, you know, with fabricated nonsense. And I actually do see it, like, really do see it more and more and more.
You know who I watch a lot? Jason Goodman. I really don't like him, but he be interviewing some really, really good people. Really good. Like Robin Grits, she's a former FBI agent, and she said McCabe is a piece of shit. She lost her job. And when they do this stuff, making up these lies, these people spend so much money to defend themselves. She lost her house, had to file for bankruptcy.
Oh my
and
god.
they make sure you can't get a job.
That's insane.
Yeah, she has a GoFundMe page, Robin Grit. She got awards when she was an agent. Because she wasn't following the line with them. They turned on her.
Sounds like, yeah.
And
Sounds
Ray
right.
McGovern said it, and Bill Benning said it. And John Kariuki. Look what happened to him. Those were the good guys.
How do you think the general, like your husband, Shirley, what does he think about those guys?
Oh God, we got in a big argument one night. He was like, "You get the fuck out." I'm like, "What? Over politics? Are you serious?" I said, "I can't talk to you about politics ever again."
Wow.
Because he thinks I'm a Trump supporter. But then he came out several days later and he talks to me about it. Then he thinks calmly now. Because I be talking calmly. I'm like, look, he's like, "You're a Trump supporter." No, I'm not. He said, "You can't like Candace Owen." Hell no, I'm nothing like her. I'm just looking at the facts.
Just wow.
They trying to avoid from getting Hillary Clinton on that uranium deal because it's going to take a lot of people down in other countries and in the U.S.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Hillary Clinton 2020, even the Simpsons predicted Trump, and they predicted Hillary Clinton being president after Trump, so just so you know.
Oh, they put Biden up there. He is going to lose. Even Trump put out he did an article saying, Biden can run, but I'm going to beat him. And he will. I told him, they people don't believe it. And I told my husband, Trump poll numbers are up. And he's like, nah, you got to be kidding me. I'm like, yes, they are.
I would have joked that if Biden was running, so would a lot of kids under the age of 14.
That's what I told him. I said, that's Creepy Joe. I saw that video with such his grandchildren. He grabbed his granddaughter. He snatched her away real quick.
Yeah.
I said, yeah, there's a lot of pedophilia going on down there.
Creepy Joe. Creepy Joe.
I used to have respect for him when he was a senator, but then I didn't know he was the one that drafted and created that fucking crime bill and ran Anita Hill through the hole.
Yeah. Like Trump said it out of a quote out of someone because they was trying to, because they were talking about Joe Biden. Like Sleepy Joe, then the person said Creepy Joe, then he said Creepy Joe, and I just sat there and just
Hey, remember what I remember of the Anita Hill testimony before for Clarence Thomas? When I think she was mentioning or the prosecutor was mentioning the pubic hair on the soda. It's like they panned over to Clarence Thomas and he's just sweating. I remember that.
And there were 8 other women besides her that accused them of it.
Yeah.
And Creepy Joe voted them in.
Yeah.
Wow. Holy shit.
And he talking about he sorry he did that. And people ask me, have you talked to her? And no, I haven't contacted her. You ain't going to contact her.
So one of the shows that I've been watching is The Last Kingdom. It's a historical fiction. If you liked, if you kind of like the Vikings, I think it's a little bit better than the Vikings. It's kind of a historical fiction. If you like any Bernard Cornwell books, he's a historic fiction writer. It's good. I've been watching that with my wife. I've been watching The Expanse. It's a science fiction. It started with the sci-fi for 3 seasons, and then I don't think sci-fi picked them up anymore. But Amazon picked them up for season 4. At least that's what I heard. But it's pretty good. Me and my wife like watching it. Some of the science fiction stuff that I like. So if you like Firefly, it only had 1 season, but it had a movie. If you like Battlestar Galactica, it's kind of like in the same vein of more like Firefly type of world, but it kind of gets into alienish. It's good. It's worth watching. Some people may not like it, but I like it. Me and my wife like it. So something to watch if you guys are looking for good sci-fi or historical fiction.
I'm not a sci-fi freak.
Yeah, we know, Shirley.
I like sci-fi satire.
It's some meaning to some of the stuff they show.
Mm-hmm.
And let you know what's going on today. That's just like that Westworld. They talking about cloning people. Well, we got a sex robot now, and they cloning babies.
Mm-hmm. Well, maybe they'll clone like hundreds of Hillary and Bill Clintons out in the world.
Oh hell no! Hell the fuck no! Hell no!
Maybe George W. Bush's have a thought.
Hell no!
Have
none of them. Not even a clone of Obama or Michelle.
They could clone 1,000 George H.W. Bushes and give each one of them a light, and there'd be 1,000 points of light. Get it? Never mind.
Hell no. Hell no, we won't clone. Hell no, we won't clone. Especially them.
So this is a Attack Force knife. I got it.
Isn't it really nice how the Bushes and the Obamas cozy up? He passing the Michelle piece of candy and things like that at the funeral. I'm like, I think Obama was staying in touch with George Bush while he was out of office. That's why he was so fucking quiet.
How do you like? So I was doing the interview with Mark Sargent yesterday. So
I saw a little bit of that.
Yeah. So Seth Curry.
I did as well.
So Seth Curry was saying that the moon landing never happened, and then he quickly turned around saying, "Oh, all conspiracy theories. They're all conspiracy theories. The official stories are always correct." And it was after he spoke with Barack Obama. So whoever speaks with Barack Obama, whether it's Bernie Sanders or Stephen Curry, you're going to change your tune. So whatever you do, if you see Barack Obama coming to your town, don't talk with them. All of a sudden, Shirley would call up and say, "Oh, Barack Obama was the greatest president."
Oh, hell no. He was the most horrible president. He pushed on 7 more goddamn wars and drunk and bombed people every day for 8 years.
Yeah, I know. But once he talked with you, Shirley, you're going to change your tune. So don't talk with Barack Obama.
He couldn't talk with me. I wouldn't even give him a chance.
Yeah, I would be like, I don't want to hear you fucking lecture. I would say that.
And he always talked down to black folks, too.
He lectured down to black folks.
And what he did for black folks before he left office, he signed them Blue Lives Matter. Had all them police officers surrounding him. I said, yeah, he don't give a shit about black folks. He ain't grow up in a black life.
He grew up the ivory tower elitist life, not black.
Yes. His grandmother left him $500,000 inheritance. Black folks don't have that. We don't.
500 grand.
Barely, most of us can't even afford insurance for death. So,
and most people, the standard life insurance policy is $100,000, and that doesn't last very long.
No, funerals cost too much. I tell people to cremate me. It's cheaper.
All right, so just leave me for the worms. I've used plenty of them for fishing, and more people could use the worms later. You know, I owe a big debt to the worms when I die.
I know one thing in the inner city communities, when black young children were getting killed by gunfire, them funeral homes made some big money. They was charging an arm and a leg. Still are. Because the shootings today, we had our highest homicide rate this year in decades.
Well, you know what the problem is. I'm just kidding. I shouldn't say it.
What? What was you going to say?
Problem is guns.
You don't offend me.
Huh? I defend you, Shirley. I was just being sarcastic.
No, I said you don't offend me.
Oh, I don't offend you.
My thing is, I know why the guns are in the neighborhood. The government. Black folks don't make guns, and black folks don't make drugs. They getting in somehow for a reason.
Yeah.
And they see I can make easy money fast. Oh, I can get a gun. And they commit crimes.
Well, yeah.
The system has them down. And there's no jobs here. I remember my grandmother told me there was so many factories in this city. I worked at one factory. All you got to do is quit that one, go around the corner and get another job. It's not like that no more.
Yeah.
What Barack Obama told us, they're not never coming back.
It's weird because I always wondered about that because obviously the police have to be in on it in some ways, probably FBI, CIA, because they're gonna want to get kickbacks. Because look, if you are doing drugs, it's someone's turf. Right, if you have to be working for somebody, but if you're working on your own, you got to give some kickbacks to whoever owns that turf, and that whoever owns that turf probably has to give kickbacks to someone else. So like the cops or the FBI or whoever don't come after them, and then if those people within power don't get those kickbacks, they'll probably just take you out, and whoever's next in line is like, hey. You just keep providing us the kickbacks, and we'll get off your back. And then.
Well, look at Noriega.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's just
look at Noriega.
It's just corruption everywhere.
Use you. The U.S. will use you and abuse, invite you to the White House, just like they did Gaddafi and his son. And what we have now, an open slave trade over there. And I think it's more to that goddamn Benghazi story too, with Hillary and Obama.
Yeah.
I think the Republicans hold off investigating her because that would expose a lot of them too, because they both, the Democrats and the Republicans, work the fuck together.
Every time you see a bill that either the House or the Senate write up, it's usually co-sponsored by both sides of the party. Anything that's bad, right? Bad for the public.
Just like this new crime reform bill that the Senate has passed.
Yep.
Van Jones is on it. Some other couple of black guys. I think Tim Black interviewed one of them. I said, They say it's not great. I'm like, I know it's not. I know it's not great. It ain't benefiting people of color and of the minorities. So then the House got to vote on it. I think the House is going to vote it down.
Yeah. And I think there's one trying to make boycotting Israel, whatever resolution that was. Democrat
did you see
and
that
Republican.
teacher in Texas?
Oh, I heard about it.
Yeah, a teacher in Texas. I think she was a Muslim because she had a hijab on.
Mm-hmm.
And they told her, you have to sign this BDS to not protest Israel. And she refused to sign it. Now she got a lawsuit against the state of Texas because they fired her.
Yeah.
A lot of states got that law in. I hope Pennsylvania don't get it.
Oh, it'll get it.
Because what's with this? And we don't hate the Jews. The Zionists are not the real Jews. Like Netanyahu, he's not a real Jew.
Mm-hmm.
He's a dictator. He is really committing genocide in the Palestinian country.
Yep.
And I saw the original map from 1947, Palestine. It was fully green. It was how I saw speckles of white where the Jews lived. And they all were friendly with one another. And it started in the Roman Empire where some of the Jews didn't want to follow the God's words, and they told them to leave. And that's when they came back and took over Palestine. That place is almost gone. I don't know where they're trying to put them people at.
I don't think they're wanting to put them anywhere. They just want to kill them.
Yeah.
But
and they always using the damn Holocaust. How many years that was? Y'all got paid. Y'all got reparations for the Holocaust. Why you keep talking about it?
And I think was it Netanyahu? It was someone. It was some prime minister was saying how they should have they should thank Hitler, or they should have like a national holiday for Hitler for all that he's done for the for Israel. It was something to that effect. Mm-hmm.
Where's the sources for that?
You can just do a search here. Let me see if I could find a search.
And
see.
Soros is a sack of shit to be a Jew. I never forget his interview with whatchamacallit on 60 Minutes. He said you was 14 years old and you went with the Nazis to take from your people. He said yes. If I didn't take it, someone else would. And he said, do you regret it? He says no. And he causing chaos in different countries and here in the U.S. Every time you see a protest and people get violent, it's something wrong with him funding it.
Let's see.
They want to keep this country divided by race. And people need to start waking up and turn off that mainstream media. When my husband having on, I'm like, oh my God, the stuff they saying. Oh, Flynn is a treasonous. No, he's not. The judge talked that shit down. He even apologized. They ain't say that. They trying to hold this Russia investigation for so long. It don't make any sense.
It doesn't make any damn sense. And you know what makes sense? And there is proof that the DNC fucking lied to everybody, and they're in it with the media and all the media collusion.
And they don't. People are not waking up believing it.
Hey, why do you think why do you think I don't watch the mainstream media, though? I mean, I would actually trust other independent reporters to actually, you know...
No, you can't trust all of them, like Tom Hartman, Nicole Sandler. I love Tom Hartman because he's very smart about history, but he's like a preacher for the Democratic Party.
Yeah.
I had to stop watching him because one day he had on his show a roll of toilet paper hanging up with Trump's face on it, and he was giving it away to callers.
Oh,
someone called them up and called them out and said, "Do you think that's appropriate to have a roll of toilet paper with Trump's face on it and you giving it away?" He was so nervous after that. He was like, "Okay, that's not right. I need to take it down." He took it down.
All right, I'm gonna.
You shouldn't have had it up anyway.
I'm gonna share. Not the Zoom, but you're gonna have to watch it on YouTube or wherever you want to watch it. Ready?
Yes.
And this attack and other attacks on the Jewish community in 1920 and 1921, 1929, were instigated by a call of the Mufti of Jerusalem, Haj Amin al-Husseini, who was later sought for war crimes in the Nuremberg trials because he had a central role.
He went to school in Cheltenham, PA, and graduated.
A final solution. He flew to Berlin. Hitler didn't want to exterminate the Jews at the time. He wanted to expel the Jews. And
just be quiet. You remember, there's a delay between the stream and Zoom and the YouTube, so you just have to wait for it. But basically, he just said Hitler didn't want to exterminate the Jews. He wanted to expel the Jews. There's also another video I'll show later. Is someone, I forgot who, was saying, joking, I'm not sure if it was joking or just saying that some person that a lot of people don't like, some Nazi maybe or something, saying that Israel should have a statue or national holiday for so and so for all that they did for Israel. I gotta find that.
It doesn't make me want to go and trust governments.
Yeah.
I never heard the video, Evan.
Oh, I'll play it back again, or you can watch it here. I'll send it in the chats. If you go there, you could go ahead.
They probably not want to hear from him.
Yeah, probably not.
And I believe he got Yasser Arafat poisoned too.
Oh yeah, that's the way of things as far as power.
Why isn't he locked up? The police said he should be locked up, him and his wife, for corruption.
Sorry, I'm just trying to find something here. I can't find it. There's so many videos that I really need to if I find videos, just archive them somewhere. You know who did that really well? Gosh, why am I forgetting? It's getting late. Yeah. Tech Move used to archive a lot. I gotta do the same thing. Let's see. Yeah. Gosh, I can't.
Did you hear that Hillary and Bill they dropped their ticket sales there like to $4 for people to come and see them?
That's hilarious.
Yeah, I heard that.
Then they get the fucking message. No one likes them.
No. And they are so narcissist and arrogant, just like Donald Trump.
Mm-hmm. They all are.
But Donald Trump can get away with it.
Do you think he should?
No, I don't think he should. But he's something different to the people that follows him. He exposing what they were doing in Washington. Honestly, the ones, Republicans and Democrats, were kind of like sending subliminal messages to us, saying they for us, and they really weren't. But he don't bite his tongue, and that's what they don't like. And he was surprised when the night he won the inauguration too. They won the presidency. He had this look on his face like, I thought this was just pick me and she would win. I didn't actually expect to win.
The better one was his wife. I forget
what?
her name. She was more surprised. I think she was angry. It's like, man, we had it good. We're like billionaires. Now we have to deal with all this.
She didn't want to move. She did not want to move into Washington.
Yeah, I mean,
she didn't want to move in that White House.
Yeah. It's like, I had it made. I'm living in a billionaire mansion. I could do whatever I want. Now I gotta do all this stuff as the first lady. she's like,
I want to go back to Trump Towers.
Yeah.
That's what they were saying.
It's just funny.
He did not expect it. He's the accidental president.
And they're afraid. That's the funny part.
I mean,
and he doesn't bite his tongue. But a lot of people are getting pissed with him as supporters. I watch Mark Rivero every night at 4 o'clock. And he had people call up and they were like, Trump appears weak now. He's not taking anybody out of any of these wars. That's what they pissed about, really. Because he ran on that.
Yep.
He ran on that campaign for that.
I don't know why people believe that, because like he says he wants to get out of all these wars, get out of the interventions, etc. But then he also wants to build up the military. So which is it? He says we're gonna have the biggest military ever. We're gonna have this much more army. We're gonna have this much more air force. We're gonna have this much more navy. So if you're gonna build up a bigger military, why are you gonna get out of wars? It doesn't make any sense.
But he campaigned on that too, a bigger military. He's doing that, but he's not getting them out the wars. But I believe the deep state is coming to him because he wants to talk to Putin. They don't want him to talk to Putin because they know Putin likes Trump, and Trump likes Putin. They don't want peace, the neocons. And what the hell did he put Bolton and Pompeo in there for? Where he talked about them under the Bush administration, talking about them being neocons.
Yeah. Like, here's the thing. Both Putin and probably Trump know, and they're ones who want to secure their power, secure their wealth, because, I mean, once they gain in positions of power, once they lose it, they're going lose their position of power. They're not going to have protection if they don't follow whoever is pulling the strings, right? So, and if the posture is to have war between U.S. and Russia, Putin knows that it's not beneficial for either of them, right? I mean, it may be beneficial for the U.S. eventually, but not for Russia. But Russia and U.S., as long as there's
it'll be beneficial for Russia because you have China, Syria, and Iran.
Every war has never been beneficial for anyone except the U.S. as far as any war.
World War II. If we would have lost that, if it wasn't for Russia, because they lost millions of people.
Yeah, I know. Look,
and they celebrate that day.
There's no benefit for the two biggest and the largest military powers in the world to go head to head against each other. There's no benefit. Where the benefit is
and
when they're
know that.
Yeah,
Why
I know.
do you think he's so quiet and he's not doing anything? Because his own people in the military
let me finish. Let me finish.
are pissed at him.
Yeah, let me finish. So what they want is a treaty between the two biggest military powers and make sure they don't get in each other's way to fight these wars against countries that can't defend themselves. The only way they would be able to defend themselves is to ally with the bigger power, whether it's U.S. or Russia. So they want to make sure they don't go to war with each other, because there's no benefit in going against the two biggest military powers and having an all-out war. Their benefit is going to smaller countries, stay out of each other's way, and they can take whatever they want from any other country that they feel necessary to do so. So,
but Russia is not taking stuff from other countries. The U.S. is at 100. We have 180 bases in different countries. Mm-hmm. Russia don't have that. They want peace. Well, and they don't want to start a nuclear war because they know what will happen. The earth will be destroyed.
So what are your thoughts about Russia and was it Crimea? Remember Crimea? They took over Crimea.
Crimea begged Russia to take them back, and he got them back.
Yeah, but it wasn't Crimea's call. They were part of another country.
Crimea was with the USSR before it broke up.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And Crimea does not get along, don't like what the Ukraine is doing. The U.S. is supporting neo-Nazis in the Ukraine right now as we speak. Mm-hmm. And Crimea, the people voted to come back to Russia, and Putin allowed them to come back.
Yep. But still, that's just another method, and it could have just been propaganda to utilize that. I mean, we could do that with anything.
I don't think it's propaganda. The man wants peace. He wants peace. And he's helping Syria to block the U.S. from keep bombing over there. Israel is bombing over there. Mm-hmm. The U.K. is bombing over there, and France.
Yep.
And they're supporting the terrorists.
True.
The terrorists.
Look, there's problems with Putin.
I know Putin may have problems, but he's into judo. He's an expert at it, and they teach patience and calm. And he's being very calm because he could have shot off a missile or whatever beforehand.
Yeah.
The stuff we have done so far.
But he utilizes a lot of methods. It's just a little bit more. He has a stronghold, really.
I don't think so. I think
have you seen?
Evan, you thinking of what America is telling you?
No. Have you seen all the journalists Putin murdered that were against the propaganda, the Russian propaganda? I mean,
well, why are people at RT not being
because RT America don't ever criticize Russia as much as they do the U.S. They'll criticize what Russia's foreign intervention does, but not what occurs within Russia.
I've seen people come invited on, they criticize Putin.
His foreign policy, but not what occurs within Russia. They don't touch anything that occurs within Russia. No one in RT America does.
Well, do you watch Peter Lavelle from Crosstalk?
I watched a few, but I don't watch it regularly. But
you watch The View.
But
oh
no,
my God.
I don't watch. I did not say I watched The View. You're not listening.
Oh.
I said I watch it a few times, but not regularly.
But Peter Lavelle, I don't watch The View. Peter Lavelle's show is just like the old news in the United States. He's an American, and he became a U.S. citizen, and he tells you the history. He studied history, and he tells you the history about Russia. And the American people say, oh, Putin kills gays. No, he don't. Gay people are out there. They look at everyone as humans. They don't look at anyone black, white, anything identity. Anything identity. Everyone is human.
Do you watch Chris Hedges' speech that I showed, I think a couple days ago, where he was reading from a podium from a sheet of paper? Go back and watch that video that I showed. Chris Hedges says a lot of iffy things that supports the mainstream corporate democratic narrative. Surprisingly.
Yeah, that's shocking.
Yeah.
I saw that. That's shocking. Because I'm like, I don't know what he's talking. What's going on with him now?
Yeah. Cause like, I never heard him say stuff like that. At the very end, though.
Me either.
At the very end, he said, like, normal Chris Hedges. But, like, before that, I was like, who is this guy? This isn't Chris Hedges.
Yeah, because I saw you stopping the video and critiquing, and I'm like, why is he saying these things?
Yeah. So, it was just weird.
Who was he speaking in front of?
I don't know. And
that's another thing.
Yeah, this is weird.
Because his show, I watch his show sometimes, and he is on point.
When he's on Unity for J vigils, he's on point as well. Like,
yes.
I don't hear him say any of the stuff he said in that speech. It's just weird.
I'm like, what the fuck? He going with the Democratic establishment?
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Yeah, that was just weird. I mean, I don't know. This world has gone crazy. I don't know if I'm going. I don't think I'm going crazy. Maybe it's a result. I don't know. I mean, I'm seeing scientific dogmatism, and so I'm siding with the flat earthers and the Christians, where they're being more scientific than the actual scientists within the scientific community. It's just weird.
You listen to it and watch it, and then you go do your own research.
Yeah,
that's all you have to do.
That's all we can do, really.
Yep. Cause my husband's like, you watching them YouTubers and believe everything they say. They ain't propaganda. I said, hell no, they ain't propaganda. They better than what you watching.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like, you know, why would anyone want to watch like CNN while they just go and just like they pretend to be hyperbolic about like Donald Trump being like a racist and a sexist, and like, you know, saying that, you know, he's like, you know, all this like other fucking crazy shit. They're being paid to lecture through a teleprompter so they could feel good about themselves, claiming that they actually reported something, but really they only report propaganda. It's either
it's all about the money, Eric. It's all about the money.
Have you guys recently did do a Google search on either Hillary or Clinton and see what news pops up? You want to so go ahead and I'll just go ahead and show you.
Is it her 2020 run?
No. Because all the stuff that's going on with the Hillary Clinton Foundation pay to play and all that other stuff.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, right. And all the stuff that they're trying to get her indicted and all this other stuff. Like the top headline for Google search result for Clinton is Hillary Clinton personally writes to 8-year-old girl who lost a class presidency, whatever. None of it talks about the Clinton Foundation. None of it talks about anything bad about the Clintons. All right, so that one's the Clinton. And if I type in Hillary, all right.
Well, the head of Google is a big supporter.
Yeah.
And like Ed Schultz said, Eddie, what's his name? Something Lack, Andy Lack at MSNBC. Hillary got him in his clutch.
Yeah.
And maybe other news. And they had it in because they wouldn't let him interview Bernie, but I don't think that's why they fired him. He was railing on that TPP every night.
Yeah.
Against it.
The only results that come up with Hillary is Fox News, where they do kind of talk a little bit about the transcripts of like James Comey and all this other stuff. But that's it.
Yeah, and Fox News ain't all that great because if you said somebody said something about Hillary that was on that show, one of them shows, they cut them off and they apologized.
Yep.
So they propaganda too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely.
Oh yeah, that's obvious. I knew. You know. I mean, didn't anyone see about like the whole Disney merger thing with Fox?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, what are they merging?
Like, there's something about that. I'm trying to think. Like, I think they merged or something. I'm trying to remember.
I think they did too, Eric. My thing is Disney has a lot of pedophiles working for them because they just fired someone a week or 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, there's another actor. I saw on, I don't know, I was looking through some stuff and I see some other stuff. I forget his name, but yeah, every like almost every week you'll see a news headline, pretty obscure, but someone from Hollywood with like eliciting sex from like a 15-year-old.
No.
Oh, did you hear today, yesterday? It's this, I never heard of this rock group before. I don't even remember the name of it, but the guy, I guess he founded the group. He's known for having sex, raping underage children as young as 15, and he's being called out on it now. TMZ broke that. They had broke that. I never heard of this rock group. And I listen to some rock groups, but this must be that grunge. I don't listen to that.
I'm trying to find who it was, but oh man.
Yeah, it's all rampant in Hollywood, and CIA is involved with Hollywood. And old Penny Marshall died. My little Laverne.
Oh, what? Let's see. Man, I mean, there's. I gotta show you. This is horrible. Look. This is Daily Mail, October 31st. Ohio Catholic priest arrested for having sex on church property with a minor. I think that says minor. Maybe, let me double check. Oh, property with a 17-year-old girl who is now pregnant with his baby.
What the fuck?
Let's see. I mean, it's just bad. I don't wanna keep going here. That is just depressing. But yeah, let's see, actor. Maybe that one's actor, minor, Hollywood. Oh, Disney Channel actor fired after arrest for attempted sexual liaison. Stoney Westmoreland. Yeah, that's what it was. He starred on the Disney Channel sitcom Andy Mack. Was arrested Friday for allegedly enticing a minor. This is a Hollywood Reporter. 13-year-old. She was. So they're setting up a sting. He was gonna meet up with a 13-year-old.
Whoa.
And then there's one. I think I also noticed. Like, there's a lady that came out saying that she had sex with Woody Allen when she was 17, but she said she held no regrets. Yeah.
He's a freak. They need to take him down, but people in Hollywood just love him like they loved
Harvey Weinstein.
What's his name? Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking Hollywood with their fucking double standards. Standing by Holly weirdo sexual types.
Yeah, that shit been going on since Shirley Temple. So she talked about when the man exposed himself in front of her when she was like 12 in Hollywood.
What the fuck?
Yeah, that was back then. This is going on for decades.
All right, let's do a palate cleanser. Let's talk about something nice, something good, and let's end it there. It's been a long night for me, almost 3 hours total. We could pick up another night. Anything good in news?
I'm playing a little bit more video games and uploading them online.
Yeah, I've been noticing that. That's kind of nice. I've been playing a couple games too. Just kind of, it's nice because it just kind of gets your mind off of things. But you know, I always have to plug myself back in to look at stuff. But,
Same here.
Yeah.
What games have you been playing?
I just play the same old games I play. Some Age of Empires and some Rainbow Six Siege. It's kind of like it's just, I don't know why I keep playing. It's just, I just like it. It's just relaxing. I have to play something where I have to think, you know. That's why I like real-time strategy or first-person shooter games. I always have to be on my feet, outthinking my opponents. I don't know. Shirley, do you play any games? I know Eric plays a lot of games.
No, I used to play when my kids was little, but I don't play them now. I defeated Mario Brothers on Nintendo, and I was done after that.
That's funny. You don't play any games with your grandkids?
My granddaughter don't play no video games.
Really? Well, I guess that's kind of good.
Yeah, it is good because they got some questionable stuff on them damn video games, something sexual. They don't want kids to be kids. They sexualize children. Just like I went to the store to buy my granddaughter some clothes.
Yep.
And they had on, I saw some black jeans, and they had the cuts in them, and I thought they were clothes. But then my son went up further, and he said, "Oh, it's open." I'm like, why would they make jeans like that for a little girl? They're over sexualizing them. And then when she was a toddler, I went to the shoe store to get her some shoes. They had heels for toddlers. I couldn't believe it. They pushing the LGBT down our throats. I'm getting tired of that. I know you're there. I have a gay niece. I don't dislike her. I still love her to death. I hate that she don't make herself look more like a man with her pants hanging off her ass, but I still love her.
Yeah.
But she's not throwing it all up in my goddamn face.
Yeah.
The government loves them, and they want to keep throwing it in your face, and they have more power. They just sue anybody.
Yeah.
Just like them guys with the wedding cake. Oh, they didn't want my wedding cake because I was gay. They may have every reason not to do it. We're not living back in that time where blacks can't go to their account or whatever. But that was a bad idea going to the Supreme Court. That bakery out of business.
The bakery should have still been there.
Yeah, it went out of business because going through federal, that costs a lot of money. When they got James Corsi down there, he said it cost them $100,000 to just go down there and testify.
It's a damn shame.
Yeah, if they bankrupt you. I listened to former CIA agents saying and FBI agents saying when they try to take you down, they take you down. And Robin Grits, a former FBI agent, says they make sure you can't get a job.
Yep.
And she's not working.
Yeah.
And Larry Nichols, he used to work for the Clinton administration. They got rid of him. He's asking for funding. He's an old guy. He was with them since they were in Arkansas.
Yeah.
He be telling the dirt on them.
Yeah. I mean, it seems the only way against it is just to. Maybe that's the one way to get more people. You know, to go against the system is look. If it happened to these people, it's gonna happen to you eventually.
We gotta be out in the streets like that yellow vest in Paris. It spread it to Brussels, Canada, and I think California getting ready to have one.
Yeah, we just need more people out there protesting against everything that's going on.
Yeah, everything that's going on. Not just one thing. The hashtag Me Too movement. They stole that from a black woman. She created that thing.
Yeah.
But we just don't need to be focusing on one thing. It's a lot of things. Racism, the wars, and get Medicare for all, because this is crazy. And put dental in it too, because dental, your mouth affects your life. If you get an infection in it, the poison can spread through your body and kill you.
Yeah. I mean, the health industry is out of whack. The pharmaceutical industry, the big agricultural industry. They're just poisoning the waterways, poisoning us with the chemicals, GMOs, and stuff in the food.
Because then well, wait a minute. I found these little cupcakes at the grocery store for my granddaughter. The one day my daughter came over, she's like, "Mom, you gotta look at them cakes. They genetically modified." I'm like, "Are you serious?" She said, "Check the labeling." And I looked at I never checked. I normally check labeling, but I didn't this time because I'm like, "Oh, they making this for kids. Why would they do this?" It said genetically modified, engineered. I threw them cakes away. I said, "I'm not giving that to my granddaughter. Her mother may give her that stuff, but I'm not giving it to her because I feel bad."
Yeah.
I wouldn't give it out either.
I'm like, I wouldn't eat that, so why would I give it to her?
Yep.
I try to teach her mother too. And like oatmeal, the kids can't even eat oatmeal. They got something in there with the carcinogen where the kids can get cancer.
Yeah, don't eat cereals either. Yeah, it's all right. That
and
so much
I
for
didn't
that
know Kashi. I just found out the other day from Della Piana. She had a list of different products. She said Kashi is under Kellogg's. So that's why Kashi products been having a problem.
I don't know what's been going on with Kashi. What's Kashi anyway?
Kashi cereal. You never seen they have Kashi bars, fruit, granola bars, and things like that.
How do you spell it?
Kashi. Because I was getting my husband in. I said, "Oh, it's natural and organic." But Kellogg's run that. It's not like Cascadian Farms. Cascadian Farms is fine. But that Kashi, because they had a recall on that at one time because they had something in it.
Why can't I find it?
You should be able to. That's in all the supermarkets.
How do you spell it again?
Kashi.
Oh, Go Lean? Stuff like that?
Yeah.
Oh. I didn't
They
know.
under Kellogg's.
Yeah.
She said, "You people," I love watching her with her shut the fuck up moments because she was getting some information and she ran down different products under different big corporation companies.
Yeah.
If they behind it, don't use it. Kellogg's was behind that Kashi.
Yeah, usually the bigger the company within the food, I usually stay away. uh,
But you don't know it because it's not labeled on there.
yeah. Usually
Yeah.
they will say where it's like packaged and distributed and stuff like that, and who it's by. And so if it's something like, sometimes you'll see it's like Nestle. It's like, what? This is a Nestle product? It's like I don't touch
Nestle
it.
has a lot of products.
Yeah, I know, they're everywhere.
Yeah.
All right. Happy note. Let's think of something happy. End on something happy.
It's nothing really happy to think about this country we fucking living in, man.
We can think of something that's happy. That's good.
I can't think of nothing happy. Well, here in Philadelphia, we're going really solar now. I don't know what my mayor is doing, but that sugar tax he put on us, I think that's part of that money.
Yeah. There's got to be something that's good that's happening in this world.
Really, no, that wasn't really good what I just said about my mayor.
I know.
And I hope he's a one-time mayor because black folks a lot of black people don't know nothing about politics and who to vote for. Just like this woman, she was indicted for corruption. She was put on probation. While she was indicted and on trial, she was still running for the Senate on some legislative seat in Harrisburg. And she got re-elected. I'm like, what the hell are these people? They don't do their homework. They don't care. They just see she's black. I'm voting for her.
Yeah.
And she was saying she wasn't going to step down. I'm like, how you not going to step down? You were convicted and on probation. But she finally stepped down because they said they wasn't going to give her that seat.
Just wow.
I googled good happy news, and first thing that comes up is Real Housewives of Orange County's alum Gretchen Rossi.
Oh Lord, that ain't no happy news. That's drama and propaganda.
Yeah,
it's that propaganda culture.
I can't stand those shows. There's so many reality TV shows on. My husband had something on FYI, and it was. I'm like, well, what's all them mannequins doing that place? He said they having a wedding, and that the mannequins was delivered, and the woman was complaining about some of them were damaged, and she took $200 off. I walked away, and then I came back, and the thing was over. I said, did she actually have people at the wedding? He said, yeah. And that's a reality show.
Yeah.
They're running out of ideas.
Exactly. They're reality TV shows are they're that desperate to stay relevant and have attention, but it's also scripted as well.
Yeah. All right, that's as happy as we get tonight. Thanks, Eric and Shirley, for coming on. And,
anytime.
Take it easy. We'll try to find some
I
happy
thought you was
stuff.
going by yourself with them knives, and I was watching Games of Thrones. I had to call in.
What, you don't want to see the rest of my knife collection, Shirley?
No, I don't. I know
right.
you got your family well protected with knives and guns.
Yeah.
All
right.
I see nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
I have something that can protect me.
Oh, Forsaken is here.
Where?
Batter up.
In the chat.
Hey, Forsaken. Yeah, I see her now. Oh, a metal bat. Yeah, I can see it as being good.
That works good too. Did you see the video of the woman in the Bronx?
No.
She remote started her vehicle to take her son to school. Her and her son comes out. They normally remote start. Your car doors automatically lock. But
Oh.
when she came out, you got to see the video. It's out there. She's 49 years old, has a bad heart disease, and she walks with a cane.
Mm-hmm.
And she came out with her son to take him to school, and then she looked. Somebody was sitting in the passenger seat, so she opened not the passenger seat, the driver's side. She opened the driver's side door. He closed the back. Then she went to the passenger side. She pulled his butt out. They had him on the ground in the street holding him there. His shirt came off. She held him there till the cops came. You have to see it. That was awesome.
Okay.
She was like, I'm a single mom. I work hard. I got this vehicle. I'm sick of people coming up trying to take stuff from you we work hard for.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I see it here. That's good stuff. I'll take a watch on that. All right. Thanks, everybody.
Also, one more thing.
Okay.
This is for satirical uses only. Trust the clam. You know what I'm referencing.
Yeah. All right. Good night, Shirley. Good night, Eric. Good night, Forsaken.
All right,
Good
everyone.
night.
Have a good one.
You too. Bye.
You too.